Friends, every day we work very hard to bring you a heart-pounding animated horror story. So if you are enjoying our stories on the Horror Channel, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon to get notifications for our latest videos. It was a Secret Santa kind of December month. Marlon worked at an accounting firm in New York, and she was very excited because Christmas was coming, which was her favorite festival. The entire office was glowing with fairy lights. People were decorating Christmas trees, and there were Secret Santa gifts on every desk. There was also a small black box on Marlon's desk, wrapped in shiny glossy paper and decorated with her favorite purple ribbon. Marlon opened the box. Inside was a small Christmas tree decoration doll. Normally, Marlon loved small Christmas decorations because she always hung them on her Christmas tree at home. But this doll was not new. It was old, dirty, torn from many places, and had black stains all over it. One of its hands was broken. The paint on its face was peeled off, and instead of eyes, there were only 2 white dots. Marlon immediately threw the box into the dustbin because it was extremely creepy. To distract herself, she joined her co-workers in celebrating Christmas. She thought the story of that Secret Santa gift had ended there. But when Marlon slept that night, she suddenly woke up to a strange laugh. When she opened her eyes, she saw that the same doll was lying on her bed, but now it was as big as a human. Before Marlon could understand anything, the doll started choking her with its hands. The white dots in its eyes slowly grew bigger, and worms started crawling out of them and all over Marlon's body. Then the doll started laughing loudly and said, "Make sure you open the second gift tomorrow." Suddenly, Marlon woke up. She looked around and saw nothing. Morning had arrived. She thought she had seen a very bad dream. That day, when Marlon reached the office, there was a second gift on her desk. She opened the box and found a bracelet. It was braided from human hair, brown strands with slight curls, extremely real looking. In the center was a small metal heart, and on the back, scratched into it, was a line. "I am right here." The moment Marlon saw it, she felt like vomiting. Her colleague joked that someone must have played a prank on her. Marlon controlled herself, gave a fake smile, and got back to work. But the shade of the brown hair and the curls disturbed her deeply. She felt she had seen hair like that before, like someone she knew, but she couldn't remember who. That night, Marlon felt an intense fear. She locked her door from the inside. Then she again heard the same laughing sound of the doll from the previous night, and it felt as if someone was choking her again. She opened her eyes, but there was no one in the room. However, she felt something rough on her wrist and realized that the same hair bracelet with the heart was on her hand.
She immediately removed it, cut it with scissors, and threw it into the dustbin. At that moment, she heard the same doll's laughter again, this time clearly, coming from her living room. She pulled out her phone and tried to call her friends, but the phone wouldn't turn on. As soon as she switched on the lights, all the bulbs burst and the laughter grew even louder. To protect herself, she picked up a pair of scissors lying nearby. When she entered the living room, in the moonlight coming through the window, she saw the same doll from her dream. It was placing black gift boxes around her Christmas tree. This time it looked even more terrifying. In its hand was the same hair bracelet, and it was laughing loudly while walking toward her, saying, "Your third gift is waiting for you." Marlon fainted in fear. The next morning, when she woke up, there were no signs of anyone entering her house, and there was nothing under the Christmas tree. She thought maybe the prank had affected her mind too much and went to the office. But there, inside her desk drawer, her third gift was waiting. There was no wrapping, no ribbon, just a Polaroid photograph. It was a photo of Marlon's bedroom. Exactly the same curtains, nightlamp, and bedsheet. In one corner of the photo, there was a blurry shadow wearing a Santa Claus-like hat. Marlon called office security and HR. The cameras were checked. No one had come near her desk. No one was seen placing any boxes. People said it was just office stress. But Marlon now started seeing that horrifying figure everywhere, and she could hear its laughter all the time, day or night. Marlon was slowly going insane with fear. Whenever she got a chance, she checked all the cubicles and opened storage cabinets in the office. She started getting panic attacks, and all her colleagues began avoiding her. But the gifts did not stop. Instead of the office, black boxes started appearing at her home. On Christmas Eve night, around 12 a.m., there was a knock on Marlon's door. Trembling, she picked up a knife and opened the door. Outside was a black box. Inside, it was a torn envelope that read, "You broke my heart, and I will destroy everything." Below it was a name, Reynold. Reynold was Marlon's colleague, who had suddenly resigned and disappeared exactly around Christmas 1 year ago. Reynold liked Marlon a lot. When Marlon once complimented his brown curly hair, the very next day he proposed to her with a love letter and a marriage ring as a secret Santa gift. Marlon rejected him outright. After that day, Reynold never returned to the office. As soon as Marlon read his name, her hands started trembling and her body froze. She understood that every gift, every wrapping, that creepy doll decoration, the bracelet, everything was done by Reynold. But how? Suddenly, a cold gust of wind filled the room, carrying the stench of rotting flesh. Marlon felt someone's breath near her ear. She slowly turned around. Reynold was standing in front of the screams. All the neighbors gathered and, with the help of the police, broke open her door. When they entered the house, Marlon's dead body was lying on the sofa. Her eyes were completely black, and her body was ice cold. The room looked completely normal, with no signs of forced entry. Only in the corner of the living room stood a Christmas tree, completely broken, with a small old torn creepy doll smiling on it. Under the tree were many black gift boxes with one message written on them: "Merry Christmas from Marlon and Reynold." During the investigation, the police found another body buried in Marlon's garden. It had been buried about 10-12 days earlier. The shocking part was that the body belonged to Reynold, who had apparently buried himself alive in Marlon's garden. If you liked this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Horror 5140.